What is up, YouTube? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Peace and blessings to those out there prospering and healing. Let's get right to it. I am a man of accountability. I have nothing wrong of being. I have nothing to feel ashamed of admitting of being wrong, and opening my mind to different opinions, different ideologies, and different sides of the story. Because with every story, there's another side, or there's two sides to a coin. You catch my drift. And I'm here to tell you that I'm gonna have to agree with Passport Bros, 100%. Like, I'm all for it for the good reasons of for the race. For the gender, or my bad, for the for the push of men, health, and reason to live. And what I mean by that is, I can honestly tell you that I myself is slowly experiencing a passport bro moment and experience, and I'm not gonna share it. Maybe down the road, but as of right now, I can already tell you, my just even having the taste or the idea of it, it's already got me hooked. And when I say hooked, I'm talking, I know from personal experience of living in a big city of over 1 million people to living in a small town of 100,000 people, Passport Bros is the way to go. When it comes to a man trying to start a family, trying to keep the tradition of building a nuclear family and keeping his his not generation, but his, I guess you could say, his DNA and his legacy behind in this world. Because if you've been living under a rock, or you've been distracted by how many genders there are, unfortunately that is the truth, then you will know that what's really going on right now is the fact that they're creating conditions for us in order to decide not to have kids. Like, for example, inflation. Everything is going up. Cost of living, food, water, like our necessities are going up. Right now, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, I think it's best, you find a side job or a part-time job where you can actually save money on the side if you're willing to sacrifice and do time with it temporarily. I'll say temporarily, like 2 to 3 years. But if you are, living comfortably, making like 15, no, I'll say put it this way, making like, I say at least 1,000 a week to 5,000, and your expenses are like $1,000 or $1,500 a month, I'd say you're living pretty comfortably and you can really manage that money. But it'd be best just to save, just in general, because of the climate and the demographic of this economy seems to be like going a whole different direction. A lot of people want to get, sucked into, keeping up with the Joneses, consumerism, but it don't really do anything except, you're just living in the present. And you know what they say, tomorrow's not promised, but we live in one of the best countries when it comes to health problems and health solutions. Like, if you ever get a chance of like talking to immigrants outside the country, there's a reason why they want to come to America. Besides making the vast amount of wealth that's like distributed to us as a worker and a citizen, or the amount of medical solutions we have to most illnesses and sicknesses compared to like other countries, then you would understand what I'm talking about. But unfortunately, a lot of people are like keeping up with social media, keeping up with their lives, and living in the present, not thinking long term. But I don't control people's lives. I'm just saying it how it is. even though, nobody likes to hear the truth, but the truth has no emotions behind it, nor does it care for your emotions. So, I'm just, leave it like that. But the demographic of here in America is that everybody is literally out for themselves. Everybody is selfish. Everybody is doing their own thing. Like, if I had to describe it in a negative way, but which, it's not necessarily true, because, in my personal experience, I've been stranded on the side of the road with a flat tire like probably too many times in my life when I was homeless. And I've had women and a man, even black man or a Hispanic man, a white man, like it just goes on and on. But you know what I haven't had? I've never had a police officer help me on the side of the road, which, they're not obligated to help me, but you would assume a first responder would help you on the side of the road, because that's how I thought it was. But unfortunately, it'd be the common citizens around you, or the common folks in the neighborhood. So, but me being me, I appreciate it, but I did my own thing, fixed it up, and left. And they would just stay there and watch me until everything's fixed up, man and woman. So, to what I'm saying, there's like a slight truth to it. Like, what I'm saying is, like, let me bring it up. There's a question out here on the internet, and that is, what would you rather leave your daughter with in the woods? Another man or a bear? And if you had a logical, suspicion and explanation behind the answer of what choice you did, what choice you chose, I would say you would choose the man, because it'd be a 50-50 chance that he would actually, keep your daughter safe. The bear is just gonna kill your daughter. That's just how animals work. Animals are not gonna look at another human and think, oh yeah, this is one of mine. No, it's a very rare occasion, I know, like, there's outliers to, every, scenario and story, but I'm not trusting a bear with my daughter in the woods. And I've also heard most women trust a bear or a disabled man over a regular man. Like, the bottom line is, here in America, women really do hate men. Probably as much as, like, these involuntary celibate men who hate men and who hate women. It's kind of like equivalent, but the only difference is, like, with women, they're more easy and sneaky. They're more cunning about it. Like, you don't even know that this person hates you until you get into like a committed relationship with them, or you'll have sex with them, and then the cracks will fall, and the window my bad, and you will actually see the true character of this human being that you plan or plan on marrying or having a committed relationship with, unfortunately. And I've heard way too many stories from like friends and family or co-workers about like abusive relationships, or how they get disrespected in relationships, because of the fact that, like, showing value to a woman and showing that you care here in America apparently is being a simp. Being a simp is a man who don't want to stand up for himself and tell his woman, like, hey, I don't like this. Hey, I think we should do this instead, because of the fact that you were the man, you were the provider, you were the leader. You were supposed to lead by direction, or lead like literally lead by example. But unfortunately, a lot of people in this world, in this country, are very dysfunctional. They grew up with either one parent or two parents who were never around to teach them anything about life. These kids are grown teenage adults or grown children adults. They kind of just don't grow out of this like immaturity that they never learn from, and they just live life knowing that they'll die one day, and not accepting the fact that like having a reputation doesn't do anything for you, or trying to see your ego as your true character, your personality. Yes, I get it. Everybody has an ego. I have an ego when people don't use their turning signals. I have an ego if you don't say excuse me. I have ego. Like I really do get upset and mad about that. But does it really bother me to the point where like I want to hurt this person? No, it really don't, because at the end of the day, I really don't care. But at the same time, my ego does care. But that's not who I really am. You get what I'm saying here? But for the most part, Passport Bros makes sense for the common traditional man who wants to start a family. And as of right now, I would, if you were looking into something like this, I would definitely look into like countries who don't have any type of feminist ideologies, who don't have high divorce rates, who keep tradition. And if you really want to be dirty about it, go to a third world country. Find yourself like a woman who farms every day, a woman who's very traditional, loves her family, stays with her family. Find a woman who values having a family. Like you catch my drift if you're actually really serious and thinking about this, because most people are talking about like going to Asia, going to Africa, or going to Europe, or going to South America or Central America. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, it don't matter where you go, you have to like weed them out. Like the city girl stereotype is universal. It's every major city in every country you go to, you're gonna find a city girl. When I say city girl, I'm talking about materialistic, gold digger, high body count, has like literally has no type of maturity or even thinking about having kids. Just kind of just like living life as she goes. Like it don't matter if she's Asian, African, black, white, purple, yellow. Like it don't even matter. City, just stay away from the city, just in general. I mean, you could get lucky, but it's kind of tricky also at the same time, because you got to keep in mind, like, as a U.S. citizen, you do have a higher status and higher value than the men there. So you're kind of put in a target. You kind of put a target on the back of your back. And if you're in the city with lots of people and they know that you're a foreigner, and they can obviously see that you're a U.S. citizen because of your English speaking skills, and you're out here like flaunting your money, thinking like you're hot shit and stuff, yeah, I can't guarantee you coming back out that country, but I can tell you that if you actually want that traditional life of starting a family and having kids and being like happy as a man, I would have to say find a woman in a country that has a low divorce rate, has a low single motherhood, has no feminist ideologies, and find women that actually value those traditions of opposite what I said. I mean, or my bad, that support values of a traditional family. So I'm gonna leave it as that. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later.